So the verse for today is John 15:4, and it reads in the New King James Version: Abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, unless it abides in the vine, neither can you, unless you abide in me. Meaning, God is the vine. We are the branches. We cannot get any nutrients, anything fruitful, if we are not connected to the vine. And in layman's terms, in terms of life, and we even see examples of this in the Bible, that if we're not connected to God, everything that we do has no purpose, has no fruit. It doesn't, it's not going to produce anything. Although it may seem good, it's not fruitful. And we see an example of this with Cain and Abel. If you think back on it, Cain and Abel, they were both called to bring up a sacrifice to God. Abel did his out of obedience. He brought the first fattened calf. Versus Cain, the one he went through all these trials and tribulations. He did all this hard work to bring an offering unto God, but it was not accepted unto God because he did not obey the command that God had given him. So he thought that all his hard work and everything that he can do in his own hands and his own power would be acceptable and would be better and greater than the thing that Abel did. But in fact, it was the opposite because he was disobedient and thought that his ways were greater than God's. And even we kind of too see this with Eve, how she thought to eat of the fruit that she could be better than God or have those gifts just like God, how she was convinced by the enemy to partake of the fruit. And we also see that she thought that her thinking, her own ways were greater than the commands that God has given her. So abide in me, abide in the vine, and you will produce fruit. Follow what God is telling you to do. Stay connected to God. Never can we ever think that in our own feeble minds, in our own ways, in our own thinking, that we can produce something that is fruitful. And we also cannot even be the ones to determine what is good and what is bad. It may look good in our eyes, it may look good with our own understanding, but the God that we serve sees all, knows all. He's been the same yesterday, today, forevermore. So he already knows what's going on. Unlike us that are living today in the present. Amen.